Hey guys, Cheryl Willis over at Go Arizona Real Estate with EXP, coming at you with the monthly market update for March 2024. I wish I had something amazing to tell you, but I'll tell you, with interest rates still wavering at a really high 6.5 to 7%, it's kind of a boring market. So let's kind of dive into maybe some of the more important things to look at right now while we wait for rates to come down. The first thing is we have seen a healthy market increase when we look at year over year, February to February, of 7.2% appreciation. Now, does that mean every single home has seen 7.2? No, I'll be honest with you. It is the luxury market that is carrying the rest of the market. So again, that's a median number. Make sure when you are talking to, or should I say, watching internet or the YouTube channels, that you are getting information from a reliable source. I actually saw another YouTube channel that's not a realtor, but a lot of people that are buying in Arizona watch this channel, and he's talked about how the market has gone down double digit in the greater Phoenix area. I have no idea where he is getting that information. Now, here's the thing. Our luxury, we measure by over 2,500 square feet and over 1 million. That market is extremely healthy. And let me tell you, even though it is healthy, we are still seeing sellers assisting in closing costs. I know that just completely, you're like, why would $1 million buyer need closing costs? They don't need closing costs. It's the same, though, really, for anyone that is obtaining financing. And that is, why wouldn't you want to try and save some money? So even if you're $1 million buyer, know that right now, even with the higher interest rates, we can get with buy downs and again, seller concessions. This is with new construction and resale. We can get almost any price point down in the fives. So if you wait until the market comes down to the fives, you're going to be accompanied by a bunch of other buyers. Will it be crazy like it was a couple years ago? No, it will not. But right now is the ideal time when you don't have a lot of competition. It is what they call a baby seller's market, meaning that the seller has a little bit of an advantage, but they have to work with the buyer. So now's a great time at least to even have these conversations. So if we haven't spoke it, you got to give us a call. And if you have spoke with me, that's why you're receiving this video. In the news, we are seeing a ton of companies still coming to the greater Phoenix area. So when you think about real estate, you really want to think long term. Yes, there are a lot of people that over the last 3 to 5 years that have made a pretty penny in real estate because of the craziness we saw during COVID. The likelihood of that happening again is slim to none. So let's look at the longevity of what's going on in the greater Phoenix area. When we look at Phoenix compared to any of the other top 10 large metropolitan area, we are by far the youngest city. So for many of those people that are looking for new places to live, they like that idea. They love the open space. They love the fact that there's open land still. The freeways are clean. There's like everything is new, shopping, dining, restaurants. There's so many things, not to mention our amazing weather most of the year. Right now, it's stupendous. Point is that Arizona has a lot to offer. And when you take into consideration that we are seeing exponential job growth, one of the top growing job markets in the country, and what's going to be happening in the greater Phoenix area, let me peel back that onion and let me show you more specifically about where we are today. We have 4 different project areas. If you look at where the greater Phoenix area is growing, we are talking about housing, we're talking about freeways, but again, we are talking mostly at this point about condensed employment growth. And most of this is high paying job wages. Let's take a look at these 4 different areas that are growing. The first one is going to be the northwest part of the greater Phoenix area. Okay, pay attention to 3 colors here. The light green, the dark green, those are going to be open space areas, parks, trails, mountains, desert, etc. And then the light blue. This is the land that is open and will be developed. Here's where it's going to be developed too. Pay attention again to three different colors. The first one is the bright yellow. Those are single family, medium density homes. What does that mean? It means probably smaller homes or 2 stories on 4,000 to 6,000 square foot lots. We're going to see abundance of that up here. The lighter yellow will have larger lots. Now look at the pinkish color and also the stripes. Those the pink color is going to be all commercial. Those are going to be businesses moving in, jobs. And then the stripes are going to be mixed use, like retail, commercial, medical, office space, etc. So let's go back and take a quick look. The blue is what's open and everything else that's coming in. Now, if we go down to the Southwest Valley, and I'll be honest with you, I have seen Goodyear in the news and on videos more lately than I really have in the last 3 to 6 months. Before, like late last year, it was all about Buckeye, right? Now they're talking about Goodyear. What's going on in Goodyear? Well, let me tell you. When we saw 202 open up behind South Mountain Freeway, sorry, South Mountain Mountain, it didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying. It opened up a new way for employers and housing to go in. But we still have this area that doesn't have a lot of freeway access until this. This is what's going to change the Goodyear area. So this is what we have now with a ton of farmland. And these are all the jobs and housing that will be coming. I myself am from the Bay Area. I grew up when it was nothing with orchards and open fields. There was no freeways. There was an expressway. And now it's concrete jungle. I'm not going to say that's what's happening to Arizona, because one of the things I want to point out, any of the light green on these maps is currently like open space, and the dark green is going to stay open space. So one of the things that I really love about some of the planning that they were doing in the greater Phoenix area, they're not going to make it a concrete jungle like they did the Bay Area. Boo. Now, if we go to the furthest south one, this is in Pinal County. This is Coolidge. I actually did a video specifically on Coolidge, and I'll tell you, I'm not so impressed. But here's the thing, guys. It is a huge project area, and you can still get homes in the 200s. Like, it's crazy. Let me tell you again, coming from the Bay Area, or if you're from LA, or even Seattle, or Dallas, you get my point. People drive hour to an hour and a half to get to work. Now, are we at that point yet? No, but we're definitely heading that way. When I moved here almost 30 years ago, no one wanted to drive more than 10 minutes. Now the standard commute shed is 35 minutes. That's the level of, that's what people are willing to do to drive to work. That 35 minutes has already grown to 45 minutes in certain parts of the Southeast Valley, more specifically Santan Valley and Florence. Get my point? Okay, last but not least, let's talk about the fourth project area, and that is Apache Junction. First of all, let's look at what jobs already exist today. We're not waiting for those. We're talking almost 400,000 jobs within a 30-minute drive of this project area. The project hasn't even started yet. We have LG Energy coming in off of the new State Route 24, which it's actually proposed also for that State Route 24 to go a little further east, and then there will be a direct north-south freeway from Interstate 60 that will go right by Apache Junction, Queen Creek, Santan Valley. Oh, do they need a freeway? Florence, all the way down to Eloy, to connect with Interstate 10. Not only will this offset a lot of traffic from Interstate 10, Lord knows we need that, but it will also open up these areas to freeway access. And let me tell you, the do or die, what really makes a community thrive is freeway access. So the great thing is everything else already exists here. Now we just have to wait for, let's take a look. So the blue area, remember, that's the open space right now that's not in use. And when we flip it up to where we're going, look at the massive amount of residential development that we are going to see, specifically an area called Superstition Vistas. This area is already starting to build. We have Radiance by D.R. Horton that is building homes. They have 12 different floor plans in the 400,000 price range. Look, if you're one of the large tech companies in the Southeast Valley, this is fantastic with a 30-minute commute. Not to mention, again, everything that comes in between your employment and home. We're talking medical, we're talking shopping, we're talking entertainment, we're talking multiple freeway access. This particular area specifically, you're going to have access to Tonto National Forest. You're also going to be not too far off the Salt River. You're going to be out in the desert area if you love to go off-roading or motorcycle riding or hiking, or you'll be in the city if you're looking for that social environment, if you're looking for Top Golf, if you're looking main event, you want shopping, you want high-end dining, you want all the taco choices you can possibly have. This part of town already has it. So that's what the difference is. And again, these yellow areas are going to be Blossom Rock, and that is right now slated for 10,000 homes. The first 5,000 homes are being released for sale later this year. One last thing, we are getting a ton of buyers that are calling, and they only can really name 3 or 4 master plan communities. You guys, there's thousands of HOAs and communities here. There are hundreds of master plan communities. You just got to give us a call because you're only seeing the newer ones that everyone's doing videos on. There's way too much to cover. You just got to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, or weekends. We got you back when moving to Phoenix, Arizona. Cannot wait to hear from you.